welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before and you have been waiting for a next video to come out, I am greatly appreciative of your patience because it's been a minute since I've been able to do a video, you know, just busy with life in general. So for this video today, I'm going to show you how to start peyote stitching a hoop. These are my go-to types of earrings to make. I am not big on wearing big hoops, but I will every once in a while, you know, for advertising purposes. So this is the general style that I've been beading in lately, and like this design is what I'm referring to. I have done, when I started out, I did, you know, basic, I call them basic designs, but it's like basic learning designs. So it's not to, you know, downgrade people's style of beading whatsoever. If you can successfully bead this way or any way in general, if you've got the patience to start a project and finish a project, then, you know, I commend you from one artist to another. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the details of the supplies that I will be using for this video. For these earrings, I've decided to use the quilting thread, and I've bought this from Walmart, and it's the hand quilting thread, and you can get this in pretty much any color that you need. And I did 3 wingspans to thread through my needle. That's a lot for most people. That's 5 feet of thread, and then I doubled it for beading around the hoop. This is the style of needle that I will be using for this particular project. It is a size 11. I do prefer using either a size 11 or a size 12 when I'm beading with hoops, because you're going to be going through these beads more than once, and you kind of want the room with the needle to go through. So the lower the number, the bigger the needle. That same goes for the beads. The lower the number, the bigger the beads. So size 11 delica beads are a little bit bigger than size 15 delica beads. So keep that in mind. And I did wax my thread before I knotted it. I highly recommend waxing your thread so that it makes it less likely for your thread to knot. You will still get tangled, especially with you know, 5 feet of thread doubled up. You're gonna knot. So the color beads that I'm using for these hoops are matte black, and like I said, these are the size 11 delica beads, silver lined beads. So they're just regular silver lined. You can get silver lined in different colors, so this is just regular clear silver lined. This one is a Duracoat underwater blue. I got this from Beaded Edge. These are whatchamacallit? They're metallic anyways. Gunmetal, sorry. And I got these, I believe I ended up getting these from Nicole Jones. Shout out. And I'm using OPEC Ghost Gray AB. So the ABs, they kind of give off a little rainbowy effect. You can use any type of gray bead that you have. And I also got these from Beaded Edge. These are the lime green, the luminous, light green luminous neon color. I ended up getting these from Halford's, I believe, or I got them from the Delica Bead Shop. And then I will also be using the luminous light yellow, neon, and white. So I'll be starting off with the matte black around the hoop, and then I will be moving on to a gunmetal, but the gunmetal will start going into these 4s. So this is how my design looks. It's not completely unison all the way around, so the design does get complicated, and I will do my best to go into detail of how I go about creating this design. Unfortunately, I won't be going through the whole hoop with you guys. That will be too long of a video, but my goal is to show you how I start my beaded hoops. I've gotten that question many times, so I'm going to go ahead and start moving things out of the way. So let's go ahead and string up 7 matte black beads. So 7 matte blacks all together. So what we're going to do is you string it up to the end at the notch here, and you're going to make it into a circle. So you're going to go ahead and put your needle through that last bead. Try not to get it into the knot. We don't need it in the knot. Don't mind that stuff. That's the wax, the excess wax from waxing my thread. When I use a lot of thread like this, Wax is my best friend. So as you can see, it is in a circle. And we're going to go ahead and grab another matte black. And we're going to skip this bead right here, right next to it. Here, let me get a better. So we're going to skip. We came through this bead. We're going to skip this one, and we're going to go through the next one. And like I said, that's all it is with peyote stitching, is skipping. And I'm trying not to go through the thread. I really don't like going through the thread at any given time. In case of backtracking purposes, it just makes it a little bit easier when you're not putting your needle through the thread. Let's go ahead and skip another bead and string up another matte black. So we're going to skip this bead and go through the next bead. So you can kind of see how that's starting to look now with the whole peyote stitching concept. Let's go ahead and close up that last row. Pick up another matte black. Skip this bead and go into this bead. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the hoop now that we've come full circle back to the knot with a few extra beads. And you're going to go ahead, put it on there. Now you don't have to center everything or place everything right away. It's still going to be a little bit loose. I don't put anything wrapped around my hoop. I just really try my best to choose wisely of the type of beads that I like to use when I'm beading hoops with no wrapping around it, because these beads, some of them do break very easily. So try and be mindful of the type of beads that you use. The one type that I will not suggest using is the silk inside delica beads or the satin cut beads for beading hoops like this without anything wrapped around it. If you are going to use those type of beads, I would suggest wrapping it. And the only thing that I use to wrap around hoops is interfacing. So I use really thin interfacing. A lot of people use that for sewing. For what in sewing, I have no idea. I'm a very new person when it comes to sewing techniques and stuff, or very basic person, I should say. I know the basics enough to get me by. So now we are going to keep going with this matte black. Now that you've got it semi-started. And I say semi because you still haven't set your beads in place to where you want them. So once you get your beads set, everything will be a-okay. But this is the beginnings. It is definitely not difficult at all, I find, to start. Not the way that I do it anyway. So this knot is going to be the center, and it'll be in the back of the hoop. And it'll be like that, right? So you'll have two back beads. That's what I like to call them, the inside beads. And those just kind of stick side by side. And then you have everything up front. And like I said, you'll have the top center bead on the outside, which is where you will start to change your colors. And in this particular design, I'm going to be doing 4 of the one color down the center first. So nothing else. It's matte black. And I'll have the 4. And then once I reach the 4, I'll like sprout out. I don't know how to say it. I will span out and go on to the next, and we'll start putting the metallic, the gunmetal, just on the outside, and then 4 gray AB. And then as I'm going, it's kind of like just a triangle, I guess, but wrapped around a hoop kind of deal. Anyways, let's keep going. So our next color, our next bead is still a matte black. And I will let you know when I'm going to be starting that gunmetal, which will be soon. So basically all we're doing is we're getting 2 beads around the whole way first, 2 rows, I guess you could say. Two rows of matte black beads. And I don't think I put enough wax on my thread, but that's okay. I'll put a little bit more later on here in a minute. And you can do that. You can re-wax your thread as you're still going along with your project. You don't need to cut it off. You don't need to do anything. You keep it on your project and just re-wax it. Where I buy my waxes from Halford Hides. You can get it from, I think you can get it from Beaded Edge and also the Delica Bead Shop. Anyways, I'll put a link for those guys in my description for you guys. So now we've got the 2 beads all around. This is my back, my 2 back beads. All right, like I said, these are your 2 inside beads right here. The knot is the middle, and you want to keep that in the middle of your inside, the inside of the hoop. So beside those inside hoop beads, you're going to put another matte black as if we're starting a 3rd row. But I've already got 2 rows of matte black beads. Now I'm up to the center, the outside of my hoop, and I'm going to start with the gunmetal now. And the only place you're putting that is 4 beads in the center. Four of them in the center on the outside of the hoop. And then we're going to go with another matte black, because we're not using the gunmetal all the way around, just down the center for my triangular design. And let's do another matte black. Matte black again, which will be beside the gunmetal. Matte black on the other side of the gunmetal. Matte black. So I know it can seem like somewhat boring doing this for a while, but the thing with peyote stitching is it's always the end result that's satisfactory for me, definitely.
I like that sound.
Do you? That's my son. And he sounds like a rattle. Okay, let's go with the matte black. And then the next bead will be the gunmetal. Because like I said, we're doing the 4. Now it's the gunmetal. Don't mind my son. He's cray cray. Cray cray. But I love him. Alright. And this is how you start a beaded hoop. If you want to learn a different design, let me know in the comments below, and I can definitely do a different design for you. But my main goal was to show you guys how I start a beaded hoop. And all you're going to do is you're going to keep going around and around with your design. And this is my design right here. And you'll learn as you go along. Like, I did not start out doing this design right off the hop when I started making these hoops. It took me, you know, different types of ways that I wanted to figure it out. I've just kind of learned on a lot of trial and error, and there's only a few major things that I have learned from mentors in the past, but those I've given them tobacco and asked them questions, and they've shown me, you know, quick ways to learn things. But that's because I'm a quick learner. That's how I like to learn. That's how I prefer to learn. Just show me the basics and I'm good to go. So anyways, please let me know if you need a full video. It would be a fast forwarded video, but at least it will show you how I put this all together. And it won't be these particular hoops. They have already sold. So, but anyways, hit me up with your questions. Let me know what you'd like to see. I am interested in doing more videos. Some of them are for like how I put together earrings. So these earrings have been ready to be put together for a few months now. I'm so sorry to my friend, but they were good to put together. So how I would show how to put these together is I use a metal piece to attach my hook, and then I will show you guys how I do my edging. So that will probably most likely be my next video. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified when I do upload another video, and we will definitely be doing more for show. Sorry for the delayed speech. I haven't had enough coffee today. Anyways.